TV installation is one way of deterring crime. It also helps to identify suspects. Fiber internet service provider Vumatel has launched a new CCTV system. That's VumaCam, which it hopes will make the country a bit safer. The company has installed over 800 of these cameras in Johannesburg alone. Security companies are able to buy the video feeds from these cameras to assist in their investigations. To tell us more about this is ENCA reporter Slindelo Masikane, who's been tracking it throughout the day. So the aim here is to reduce at least the level of crime in this country. How many of these cameras have been installed around Johannesburg, and have they been effective?
Essentially, as you said, that's the point. It's just to make our neighborhoods, our streets just a little bit more safer. And if you remember our crime stats from last year, house burglary was actually one of the #1 feared crimes here in this country. And it's one of the crimes that actually saw quite a huge increase compared to 2016-2017. In fact, we had around 625 houses burgled into per day last year across the country. So just to show you how immensely problematic this issue is. And of course, we know we have a shortage of police officers on the ground, and so this effort is basically to try and make these suburbs that seem to be quite a target for criminals, just to make them a bit safer and to be able to catch these criminals once, you know, they've managed to burgle a home or steal a car or whatever it is. So we've got exactly 889 of these CCTV cameras in various suburbs across Johannesburg. It is only available in Johannesburg for the moment, but they do plan to roll them out into other suburbs and possibly other areas in the country.
And they've selected 48 suburbs around Johannesburg
exactly.
as, I suppose, a pilot project,
exactly,
if you can phrase it in that way. Are these all crime hotspots, or is it a wider spread of areas?
These are generally mostly crime hotspots. In fact, one of the first cameras which were installed was around 2010, just here up the road in Burgled, and they've seen quite major successes with regards to that. So they're saying that when they first installed these cameras, they were seeing about 1 crime a week. We're now in 2019, so we've had about 9 years or so with that CCTV footage in Burgled, and they're now seeing a reduction in crime to about once every 6 months.
But Slindelo, while the intention sounds noble, we cannot ignore the fact that Vumatel here is not acting solely out of wanting to keep you and I safe, because they are going to make money out of this at the end of the day.
Most definitely. I mean, they have various security companies that are subscribing, in fact, to their feeds. So all these security companies, Gap, Cap, you know, you can name various ones, but they're all subscribing. They pay a fee, and basically that fee is how they're keeping the service running. So they're definitely making a pretty penny out of it. What I think is most interesting is that, for me, what was going to be a concern is whether police, in fact, have access to this footage. And what we are informed is that through a court order and through any kind of crime which occurs, police will always have access to this footage so that we can get these criminals off our streets.
So private security companies would have to buy the footage from Vumatel, but should you or your home indeed be burgled, you can then, through an order from the police, obtain this free of charge.
Yes, and that is a measure to be able to, you know, withhold privacy. You know, we've got a lot of privacy issues around this, and of course we've had the police saying that they've welcomed this initiative because of the shortage on the ground. We actually spoke to the MEC for Community Safety, Sizagele Nkosi Malobane. Let's hear what she had to say.
We have actually managed to resolve quite a number of murder cases and sometimes rape cases because of the CCTV cameras. Some of the quantum rape cases we managed to solve because of the CCTVs that we got from garages, because these guys who will kidnap those women will be stupid to also pass at the garage, and those garages have actually have given us the CCTV camera, CCTV footages, and through those footages we were then able to trace those cars and trace the suspects.
Very quickly, Slee, this is in Johannesburg only at this point, some 800 odd cameras installed. Where to next?
Where to next is to get more suburbs rolled into this program. We understand that about 15,000 of these CCTV cameras, ultra high definition, in fact, will be rolled out for the next 12 months.
And
that's where we are at the moment.
We're almost out of time. In fact, we are out of time. But I want to know if these cameras have made it into some of the townships?
Not as yet, not as yet. They're only mainly in the suburbs. But I actually asked the police around whether this would be beneficial in the townships, and they said most definitely. So I think in future we should be looking at that.
Okay, ENCA reporter Slindelo Masakane, thank you.